Installing waterguard is really common sense. Water flows downhill, so all we need to do is make a trench around the perimeter of a basement floor to catch all the water from the floor wall joint and the walls and drain it around to a sump location. If you have any good ideas on how to install waterguard, even better, tips or tricks that you've come up with, let us know and we'll put it in the next version of this DVD. Okay, so on this job here we've got the waterguard jackhammered out most of the way around the basement, and we've done some work. I want to show you what we've done so far. We got underneath this oil tank. The belly of this oil tank is about a foot off the ground, and it was very difficult. In fact, one of our guys had a extension for a Hilti hammer drill and got on top of the oil tank and stuck the bit, which is made the bit about 4 feet long. And he got the concrete out from behind there. Fortunately, the floor wasn't very hard and thick, but we got a trench behind the oil tank. And oftentimes we'll go around the oil tank, but in this case they're going to move this oil tank and just next week to the unfinished area, because they're going to finish this section. So it was important that we got behind there so that we don't have to come back once they move the oil tank to run the waterguard behind there. Over here we had a water line here and a water meter, and we thought that we were going to have to box around this water meter and water line, but we're able to jackhammer around the water line pretty well, and there was a post behind the water meter which we realized was abandoned, so we took that out. Now we can run the water guard right underneath this whole apparatus and just notch around the water line, and we're good to go there. Here around the sewer line, we thought we were going to have to box all the way around over here, but then as we dug this out, we realized that the way the pipe runs here, it tips up, so we can go out around here and back underneath this pipe in here. Instead of making a big box, we'll just make a little one. So that'll work out good. In fact, I think we're going to put the water guard underneath here so that it's not sticking out past the clean out. And this way, when they finish the basement, they can just make an access panel for the clean out for the sewer. Here's a job where we ran waterguard in this basement, and we ran it under the door jambs and out into this hatchway area with the stairs to go to the outside. So what we did was we put a trench drain across the bottom of the step. Now, some might think, well, shouldn't you run the waterguard all the way back behind the steps? Take the steps out, or pop these stair treads off and get all the way behind there, and maybe put the trench drain back there. But we like to do it this way instead. There's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, it's a lot easier to put the trench drain right in front of the bottom step than it is to take the stairs apart and go back behind it. But second of all, if we did run the waterguard all the way behind there, a lot of times there's leakage activity in these hatchway areas that won't be caught if we put the waterguard back there. For example, if they left the doors open and it rained on top of the steps. Another situation is, see these stringers, these stair stringers here are touching the wall, and if this wall leaked, or water leaked from the top of the wall and ran down the wall, it would hit these stair treads and stair stringers and drip it on the floor in front of our waterguard. So this trench drain just makes sure that it's going to capture all the water that comes from this stairway and make sure that it doesn't get into the basement. So it's easier and it works better.